Hi, my name is Mike Greiner, and I'm a bankruptcy attorney with the Financial Law Group located here in Warren, Michigan. Our phone number is 586-693-2000, and our website is financiallawgroup.com. And I'm here to talk to you today about rebuilding your credit after you file bankruptcy. A concern a lot of my clients have is how long it's going to take them to rebuild their credit after they file bankruptcy. And that's a valid concern. In many cases, if you've got very good credit, your credit will be hurt by filing bankruptcy. But the good news is your credit bounces very, very quickly back from the bankruptcy. I've seen a lot of clients within a year or two of filing bankruptcy have their credit bounce back to levels that were higher than they even had before they filed. And that's really a big surprise to a lot of my clients. Many of my clients ask me how long it's going to take for them to be able to get a car loan. The truth is that a car loan you'll typically be able to get very quickly after filing bankruptcy, whether you file a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. There are a number of dealerships that we've had some good experiences with in terms of actually financing people as they're going through bankruptcy. One example is Avis Ford, who are located in Southfield, and they've done a good job in terms of financing people, and there are a number of other ones, and we can suggest that to any of our clients as they're going through this process. The one cautionary note that I would provide is that if you're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you actually need to get permission from the bankruptcy court before you can finance a vehicle as you're going through that process. But that's the type of thing that we can help you with, and certainly dealerships like Avis Ford, for example, have a good track record of knowing what to do and getting us the information that we need, and then we're able to go to the court and request permission for you to go ahead and finance a vehicle as you're going through the process. People often ask me how long it's going to take for them to get a mortgage after filing bankruptcy. The old rule used to be about 2 years. The problem is right now, even if you have very good credit and you have a lot of equity in your home, the banks just aren't lending. So we're kind of in uncharted territory right now. I can tell you though that a lot of my clients have had good success working on alternate financing arrangements, doing things like land contracts or lease-to-own arrangements, and that a number of those arrangements have worked out very well for people, and even very soon after filing bankruptcy. And especially in this day and age where homes just aren't selling if you're waiting for mortgages, there are more opportunities out there for alternate financing arrangements where people are looking for them. So that's what I usually suggest to people. With respect to credit cards, it's amazing how quickly you'll get in the mail credit card offers. At the beginning, they will not be very good interest rates. They will typically have certain fees associated with them, and they will typically not be a very large balance that's available to you. But you don't care, because what you're trying to do is rebuild your credit, and the way to do that is to just charge a little bit each month and pay it off on time each month. And as you do that, every month you do that, with 2 or 3 credit cards especially, your credit score will get better. If for some reason you do not get credit card offers in the mail very quickly, which is unusual, but it does happen, if that does happen, you can look at gas stations as good opportunities to get a credit card, because many of them are in the business of selling gas as opposed to the business of providing credit. And I've seen that Marathon's a good example for that. Or another example that has worked well is are what are called secured credit cards. Secured credit cards, if you Google secured credit card, you'll see a bunch of them pop up. A secured credit card is a credit card where you give them like $300 and they let you charge up to $300. It's not a prepaid credit card like you get from 7-Eleven. It's not a debit card like what you get from your bank. It's a real credit card. It's just that they hold on to the money in case you don't pay. And again, the strategy with those should be just charge a little bit each month and pay it off on time each month. And as you do that, your credit score is going to get better. Those work very well in terms of rebuilding your credit. I can recommend one more website to help rebuild your credit, and it's a website called Credit Karma, CreditKarma.com. It's a website that I use actually personally because I find it very helpful. There are a lot of ads out there for getting your credit report and your credit score for free, and most of those websites are actually not free despite all the singing and the dancing that they have on them. They actually have charges for you to be able to do those things, and I don't recommend them. What I do recommend, though, is creditkarma.com, because that is free. But the way that creditkarma.com works is they actually make their money off of advertising, where what they will do is look at your credit score and look at your credit history and then suggest certain products that might work well for you based upon that. They may include secured credit cards, they may include unsecured credit cards, and they'll give you the best deals that really are out there. You don't mind about the advertising because what your goal is to find possibly some credit cards that will work under your circumstances. And if you're interested in that, creditkarma.com is a great place to go for some suggestions in that regard. I think that in most cases, most of my clients are very surprised at how fast their credit score bounces back. Um, I think that that really shouldn't be a concern for people as they are thinking about going through bankruptcy. The truth of the matter is, if you have to go through bankruptcy, you have to do it. You really don't have a lot of choices, and it's the best way to get rid of your debt, let you live a life where you're able to take care of your family and take care of yourself, and not find yourself overburdened in debt. And if that's the concern, don't worry about the credit. The credit will bounce back. If you want to discuss your bankruptcy options or rebuilding your credit after bankruptcy as well, please feel free to give my office a call. I offer free consultations. My phone number is 586-693-2000, and my website is financiallawgroup.com.